Sentence that I never thought Ian Rappaport 3 weeks ago or a month ago, whatever it was, I would say, because it would not have made sense. Carson Wentz is a commander.
Yeah, Carson Wentz is a commander, a trade that has been agreed to in principle. The Indianapolis Colts have been looking to move Carson Wentz after certainly a frustrating season on all accounts, specifically at the quarterback position. It was very clear here that they were going to move on, that they were going to move on from Carson Wentz and simply find another answer.
Ian Rappaport, Mike Garafolo, as we told you at the top of the show, likely could happen today. Ian, Matt Ryan has been traded to the Colts, everybody.
It is happening. Officially a done deal. Sources tell me and Mike Garafolo and Tom Pelissero that Matt Ryan is being traded to the Indianapolis Colts. The deal is done. It is agreed to. It is with a third-round pick going back to Atlanta in the 2022 draft. So Atlanta now officially moves forward in the post-Matt Ryan era.
The Colts last year were on an absolute tear through the middle of the season, and they were one game away from making it to the playoffs. However, Carson Wentz once became his old self, and he stuck that way throughout the entire last game against the Jacksonville Jaguars, causing the Indianapolis Colts, one of the hottest teams in the NFL, to not make the playoffs. And I think we could tell that the Colts were not convinced Carson Wentz was their franchise guy. In today's video, we're going to be looking at seeing what the Colts improved over the offseason and how they possibly could make a playoff run in 2022. Now, for starters, I personally think that they have the best running back in the league in Jonathan Taylor. I think he is just the most versatile running back in the league. He's got one of the fastest times recorded last season, I believe like 21 miles per hour. He's elusive, he can make people miss an open field, and he's just an all-around great running back. And to pair that with the running back, they've got one of the best O-lines. I mean, Quentin Nelson is one of the best offensive linemen, probably one of the best, if not the best, offensive linemen in the league. And I think a more competent passer like Matt Ryan will do just wonders for that offense and those receivers after Carson Wentz just underwhelmingly played last year. However, the funny fact is that he actually did not throw very many interceptions last year, only throwing 7 interceptions compared to Matt Ryan's 12. 7 interceptions was tied third best in the league last year. He also had more touchdowns with 27 and a higher QBR of a 54.7. The only area in which Matt Ryan actually beats Carson Wentz is in the receiving yards. But I mean, if you look at the weapons that Carson Wentz had compared to that of Matt Ryan, it makes sense. That's part of the reason why I don't understand why Matt Ryan is being called like the saving grace of Indianapolis. He's a good quarterback, but he did not play as good as Carson Wentz did last year. And honestly, I think Carson Wentz could have a 50-50 shot of having a really good season on the Washington Commanders. But I do think that the fact that Matt Ryan is going into a new system, I think it could be like a breath of fresh air for his career. And I think that he should be able to hopefully elevate that offense into something where it's a little bit more of a weapon when it comes to passing as well. Because obviously everybody knows what the rushing game is like. Unfortunately, however, for the Colts, they have to play the AFC West. But a positive for the Colts is that they get to play their division. Yeah, the AFC South is one of the worst divisions in the league. I mean, I think the Jags have potential to be all right. The Texans are terrible. And I think the Titans are going to be very underwhelming this year. That's the prime reason why I think the Colts could actually make it into the playoffs is because they win their division. And I legit could see them winning their division with a record of like 9-8. That would be pretty funny because I think a lot of the playoff teams, especially the wildcard teams, will be over 10 wins. I could be wrong though. What do you guys think about the Colts this year? Will they make the playoffs, and could they make a deep run into the Super Bowl? Who knows? They could be next year's Bengals. But that's going to be it, boys, for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.